I think we'll have a great show. Hi, Pickles. How are you today? Nietzsche, hello. How are you? How are things in your world? The Pathway to Peace. What a lovely name. Good morning. How are you? Okay. Internet are so wonky on me. Oh, that almost forgot to turn off my television upstairs. Oh, and the lamp upstairs too. There we go. Good morning, Peacock. Good morning, the French lady. Caroline's resale. Good morning. Um, how is everybody doing? I'm okay. I do have a little bit of a migraine. I look fancy today? I just I just put on some earrings, vintage earrings, and let my hair go down. But thank you. Hi, Dave. How are you? Gunmar, good morning. Living the dream. Good morning. How are you? Welcome in. Um, who else? Dave from Alberta's in the house. All the great people are in the house. Hello, Caroline's resale from San Marcos, Texas. Oh, how is it there? Tell me it's warm. It's warm. It's warm for us up here. It's like 0 degrees outside, 0 Canadian degrees outside, but it's like 32 for you. But I'm sure it's like way warmer. By the way, is it like true that in like at the end of April in Austin, it's going to be like 80s during the day? Because that will be nice. It's 85 today. Shut the front door. Yes, I'll be in Austin and I'm already trying to figure out my wardrobe because, I'm going to leave Canada in the spring and basically arrive in what I would consider to be summer. So I think I'm going to be wearing a lot of dresses. Oh, this keeps riding up. It wasn't perfect. Good morning, AHJC. How are you? So this morning we are going to be talking with Bamboletta. It's going to be 10 degrees there on Vancouver Island. Lucky, lucky. I mean, I don't mind. See, this is, if anyone's wondering, I'm a downstairs, so I've got the ring light, and this is why I don't like a ring light. It's right there. There's baddie. Maybe I can just tilt my. No, that's not going to stay. We're Caroline's resale says we're only about 5 hours to the a Mexican border. So cool and sunny. Ooh, sounds lovely. It sounds very lovely. Except for I'm not a big fan of people with guns. Like not the people themselves, but the guns that are with the people. So that's my one apprehension about going to the States, to be honest. Yes, Canadians do think that you all have guns. And I know you don't all have guns, but um yeah, there's a lot of guns. We don't have we don't have open carry and concealed carry and all that stuff. So that's my main apprehension. The other one is I am not going to scrub. I'm not scrubbing my social media. 1 in 4 don't be rude in traffic. I won't. Most do have an open carry, especially here. Okay, but why do they think they? Why do you need it? What do you need it for? Except for the fact that everybody else has got a gun. Like if that's like it's like chicken egg chicken. Like I need a gun because everybody else has got a gun. Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. Melody, good morning. How are you? And Jesus and that, good morning. It's a cowboy thing. Yeah, I mean, Alberta, you have guns, but they're like most supposed to be for hunting. Hunting. My dad had guns. I grew up with guns. I'm not necessarily afraid of guns because I grew up with guns because we would go hunt. We didn't hunt big game, small game. Um, so I do know how to use a gun, but at least a rifle, not a handgun. Good morning, happy fashion Friday. Hello, Sleek Styles. Good morning. Oh, that reminds me. I have to pin the free resources so that a bunch of people get notified that we've gone live. So let me just do that. Boop. Okay. Go to my show. Go over here. So, Melody, I apologize. I've got a migraine, so I'm not in the finest form ever. Bamboletta, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for the what a brilliant idea. You uh, it's really with this. Soraya, good morning. Sadia, good morning. Lorena, good morning. PB and J, good morning. Voxwa, good morning. Look at all the people coming in. Welcome, welcome, Amanda. And Lux Dior and Brenda and Kara Ellie. Hello, hello. Hi, Bamboletta. Good morning. Kara Ellie's from Australia. Addie's from Australia. Beamy, hello. Beck. Hi, Beck. Raid from Australia as well. Oh my goodness. I'm going to moderate Beck. And who else? Sorry, where's the I'm checking it out. Thank you. Hello, Australia. Welcome in this evening or in the middle of the night. Is it middle of the night? Is it late? Rianne Sells, thank you so much. Welcome in to all my fellow members of the Great Commonwealth who have come in. Thank you, Rianne Sells. Let me just moderate you so you can. Thank you. I'm going to moderate. Oh, there we go. It was spinning for a minute there. Let me know if I'm having any issues with the internet. The free resources are for everyone. It's just a QR code. So the amount that it says 2026 is literally, that's the year. This is the year 2026. So that's why it says 2026. I don't sell it. So everybody, it's welcome to everybody. Welcome in to everyone who's come in. Hi, Coral, found wares. How are you? Good morning. It's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., somewhere around there. I am freezing and lagging. Oh, and you can't hear me now. Is it better? Or are we kind of like this? Are we iffy? Rianne Sells is an amazing daughter mom clothing curator duo from Australia. I love that. Okay. Loki's trying to get in through the cat door. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Sorry, I have a migraine. So and now Loki is barking at still lagging. Okay, then we're gonna need to go upstairs. Everybody hold on tight. We're gonna be moving as Loki barks his head off. Hang on a second. We're gonna move. Ugh. Because, or actually, we'll just switch. We're gonna switch phones. Is it better now? I don't want it to be totally lagging for the show, but then I also want to make sure that this is casting. So we're gonna go upstairs. Hang on. Ugh. Please hold. All right. Gotta make sure I've got all the cords. There's a lot of cords involved in this. Hang on. I don't want to unplug anything I shouldn't. Oh dear God. This is like untangling. You'll be back taking the kids to school late today. Oh, right. Okay, no worries. Wait, this one, we don't need this one. This one can stay here because we've got light upstairs. We definitely need this cord and this cord and the holder. All right, hang on. What the heck is? Oh, we don't need this either. Okay, we don't need that. Oh, okay, is everyone all right? Hang on a second. We got to make sure. Hello. I'm holding you guys on the holder and we're moving. Okay, we're moving. Here we go. We're moving. And if I suddenly scream, it's because, or if there's a sudden crash, it's because of. Do I have everything? I think so. Yes. Okay. Hang on. Live reality TV, reality reseller TV. We're moving. We're moving. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Woo. All right. This morning we're talking with Bamboletta77. It is Fashion Friday. If you have questions related to selling on whatnot, feel free to ask them now. Hey, Deals on Style. I'm moving upstairs again. Whew. So feel free to ask your questions and share your shows and put up your emojis if you're a seller.
and all that fun stuff while I reorganize myself up here again, because we don't like to be lagging. I'm against lagging, so we're back upstairs. Oh, sorry, hang on. Most professional setup ever. Okay. Oh, I need to plug in. Wait, where's the cord for that? There it is. Okay. Hi, everyone. Whew, this should be better. This should be better. All right, we're plugged in again. But Loki's going to come and drive us nuts, so that's why we were downstairs. But the Ethernet, so I got an Ethernet adapter, but it doesn't work with I have an older iPhone, and it doesn't work with the older iPhones. And I'm not going to buy a new iPhone. No, I'm not going to buy a new iPhone for it. So I need to get the proper adapter. Okay. So welcome in, everybody. Melody, are you okay to do the intro while I catch my breath, or pretend to catch my breath? Okay, perfect. All right. All right, so Melody is going to come on and explain and introduce our guest today and why she picked our guest for today. So here we go. Invite to co-host.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Fashion Friday. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Cheers. It's my tea. Fashion Friday. I hope everybody's following Kim, the Red Rooster, and bookmarking all her shows. Today, thank you, Kim. Today's guest is Bamboletta. Many of us know her as Jen. Many of us also know her as the puppy dog queen. Sorry, Kim, you're in competition because she might beat you as the puppy dog queen. Maybe even Kyle and Tishawn. I don't know, because she's got some pretty cute puppies. That might be why I picked her, because of the little schnoodles that she has, little girls. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, Kim. I hope that you recover quick. I know how terrible migraines are. Jen. I picked Jen today because I have followed her on another platform, and I really followed her journey. I'm very impressed with how she has built herself here on Whatnot. I don't know if many of you know my journey, but I did take a hiatus from Whatnot, and when I came back, she was booming. She's also she is part of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Handcuffs. So if you are part of the Sisterhood, there is a good chance that you might get picked in priority for Fashion Friday. There is a very, very good possibility. No, but I'm just very impressed with her well-roundedness. She does fashion, she does jewelry, she does ephemera, she does all my favorite things. And that's essentially why I picked her. She's consistent. I like consistency. I like to know that if I'm going to buy from a seller, it's not just going to be a one-time deal. I like to go back to my favorite sellers. So, and she's got really great taste. She bought a pair of Dior earrings for me, and she knew what she wanted. She's got an opera. She bought Dior earrings and opera glasses so I guess she's going to the opera. I hope she's opera ready. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Bamboletta, my friend Jen. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to write hi so you can kick me off.
Perfect.
Bye, guys. See you soon.
Everyone, please follow Melody. Sorry. I have a fisherman's friend. It took distract me from the pain right now. Everyone, please follow Melody. She's an amazing seller and such a great supporter of the community on Whatnot. We appreciate you, Melody, so much, and thank you for picking Bamboletta
I love the fact that Melody gets to pick the guests because then I just get to have fun having asking questions and everything. So, all right. So, without further ado, Bamboletta, I'm going to invite you in to co-host. We're actually ahead of schedule this morning, so we have extra time to talk. Okay, let's see if this works. Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
seems to work.
Yay!
Hi.
Hello, hello. Is there any echo? Echo, echo, echo. Any echo? Oh, we're good.
Hi, Pickles. I
Good morning,
think
Leah.
it's okay. Hi, Shauna. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really do appreciate it. I love doing these kinds of things. So it's so nice to connect with the community. We have an awesome community. So thank you for starting this, both of you. And obviously, I'm sure everybody is following Melody and Kim. Please do follow. We got to keep this going, right? We've got to promote the Canadian community. It's so important. You know, it's one of the fastest growing communities. The possibilities are like endless for all of us. So let's make sure we keep the community going. And that's one of the main reasons why I decided to be on the show today and to show support. So
Yeah,
thanks for
and
having me on here, guys.
we also have a whole bunch of people from Australia where
Oh,
it's
amazing.
it's very late
Booming
in the
as
night
well.
for them or very early in the morning, depending on which way you view it. I see it as late at night. So everybody, here's what I need you to do. It doesn't matter what country you're from. I need you to put up your country's flag in the chat so we can all follow each
Fun.
other. So I'll start because I always
Love
do
that.
this. I always do
Oh,
hearts and Canada flags. There we
Beck. I
go.
see
Look at
Beck's
all
from
of that
Australia.
awesome. Yeah, everybody put up your flag wherever you're from. We've got Beck from Australia, Shauna, Metal Fet,
That's so
myself, Toes
good.
on Style, PB&J from Canada, Sleek Styles from Canada. Um
So
Dream
good.
it thrifty, hello, Pickles, hello. So put up your emojis of where you're from so we can all follow each other. And in this show, I'm asking questions of Bamboletta, but you feel free to ask your questions. And one of the things that I love about you, Bamboletta, is the fact that you are not just a seller in fashion. You are one of those multi-category sellers that's like
Yes.
like a lot of people get worried about oh, I applied to be a seller in this category. I can I do other categories? And
Yeah.
the answer is yes. You can sell in just about
Ah,
any category. There are some categories that are gated, and you need to apply to be able to sell in them, including marble and tiles. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, if someone's willing to have it shipped, then yeah, absolutely.
got you covered there too, guys.
I
That's too
mean, hey,
funny.
flooring. The chief product development officer, I can't remember his exact title, but Tom, he said um, to us that he's from Australia, and in Australia, auctioning is like a normal thing, um, totally normal thing, and including houses are auctioned off. So you don't like you don't do what we do here. We don't have a lot of houses that get auctioned off in
Right.
North America. Not a lot. If they do, they're usually under foreclosure and they're junky and not worth putting on the market, so they just throw them onto auction. It's very rare. In Australia, it's the opposite. And he said he wants to see a day when everything can be auctioned off on Whatnot
Yeah.
because he
Well, we're
thinks the
living in a
auction.
society right now where everything is fast, fast,
Yes.
and so like, let's be honest, let's think about how we've evolved in even like the last 5, 10 years. Think of when you go on Amazon and you want to buy something. If it doesn't come same day, you're somewhat disappointed. If it doesn't come within that same day window, or even that 4 to 7 a.m. window, like same day is even starting to become too late. That 5 to 10 p.m., you want that 4 to 7 a.m. that it's going to come on your door. So this is kind of, the mind frame that we're in right now. Buyers, especially, like if it's not they're used to fast. And
Yep.
this is like, it's going to keep going faster, faster, faster. And we've got to service accordingly, right? So I do agree with him 100%. Everything now is going, the way people are shopping, the experience has changed significantly. And we've got to adapt or we're just going to fall behind. So this is sort of like, I do 100% agree with him. We've got to make it easy for people, not complicated, and we've got to evolve our way of buying and purchasing. So
Yeah,
the way I
absolutely.
look at
And live selling is such a huge part of the the Asian market. The
it. Oh
Asian market
yeah.
has been doing live selling for forever.
Yeah.
And it's like and they have super high end production shows, like it's like a television set. Some
Yeah.
of them, and or they're just in their house, like, they're in the middle of their house amongst their stuff. Um, but it is huge in Asia, and like that's the model. Taobao is the model that Whatnot brought brought to the North American market first.
Hmm.
And it it has such a huge opportunity for
Big time.
expansion, because as soon as people start to learn about Whatnot and they get on Whatnot, you get stuck. You're here. You're here.
Yeah, it's
You're
the
here and you're
next
staying.
it's literally the next excuse me, the next Netflix if you think about it. I
Yes.
mean, people are I know a lot of people anyway that have shifted even their viewing, right? So they're like moved out of, what are you watching tonight? It's like I'm watching whatnot shows. And that's
Yeah.
like the reality of it. It's the new, as you said, Shauna, there perfectly. It is the new addiction.
Yeah.
It's got
And
its
as
good and
Beck
it's got
says,
its bad.
yeah, and as
But
Beck says,
it's
if you don't get on board now, you'll be left behind.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I'll tell you, like, for me, this whole experience is, and why I do it. First of all, I want to be part of it. Like, I don't want to miss out on any opportunities, to be able to do something cool and fun and new and meet new people. Number one, that's a big deal to me. Number two, it creates freedom for a lot of people. Like, I want to be involved in something that can revolutionize the world. And I say that not lightly, but it's real. All you need is your phone, something to hold your phone, and you can literally like go online and sell. You can sell things around your house that you've had for a long time. You don't need to necessarily go and invest money into something to make money on this platform, which is amazing. It is creating like freedom for people. It is giving people opportunities to, step outside your everyday, like what you feel comfortable. Like, I'm at work right now. I'm at work. I have a great job. I'm in marketing, for those of you guys that don't know me. But I'm still doing this. I do it because I enjoy it. It's a passion for me. I love like meeting all of you guys. I love seeing where things are growing, and like this kind of stuff very much excites me, and it gives me a second income. This gives
Yeah.
me a second income. And like that's the fact. I mean, we're doing it obviously for because we have passion, but it is making us good money, and it could make you good money. It could make anybody. You just got to try it. Try it
Yeah.
with a friend. Don't hesitate. Um, I've been selling, if I may say this, I've been selling since 2018.
Mm.
And for me, this was on a different platform. I'm so thrilled that I found Whatnot. I stumbled on it because, first of all, Whatnot is unbelievably far ahead from any of the competitors out there
Yeah.
for online platforms. I can tell you that 100%. If you've got to start somewhere, start selling here. Okay. Number one. Number two, the customer service is next level. Next level. They set the bar. Whatnot
Hmm.
sets the bar for customer service. We can all agree. They make it so easy for someone like yourself, Kim, Melody, myself, Shauna, everybody that's watching right now to come on and sell and essentially feel no pressure from doing so. Because if things go wrong, it's going to go wrong. Things happen, things go wrong. They're there to support you. So it's a wonderful feeling to know that what have you got to lose? Just try it, be part of something great. If you follow anything to do with like marketing trends, you will see that live sellers in 2026 and 2027 are going to be the next influencer. It is
Yep.
going to surpass influencers that you know traditionally on social media platforms. Big companies are going to turn to live sellers to promote their products, and they're going to start advertising on platforms like this because we've earned the trust of people. We trust each
Absolutely.
other. I know if I'm buying something from you, Kim, you're going to take care of me if something goes wrong. I know, like, if I bought from you before, I know the quality I'm going to get from my next purchase from you. It's the
Yep.
same thing for everybody. And this far surpasses the traditional methods of a regular purchase. So start it, do it, don't hesitate.
Exactly. I love that so much. Um, so let's talk about your Whatnot journey a little bit. So
Sure.
you've been, or let's talk before Whatnot. So other platform, and it's okay. You can mention other platforms,
Yeah, we started
because
on
this is a
Poshmark.
community chat, so it's okay.
Yeah,
You're not saying, as long as you don't say go to this place to buy XYZ,
of course,
but you
of
can,
course.
we can say the words. So how, so you've been selling online since 2018. What was your experience like before Whatnot? Like, were you doing static listings only, or
No,
were you
I
doing some
never
live
actually.
selling?
The one fault that I have is I have no patience for listing things. I should, but I much prefer coming on and showing the items and telling you guys this is amazing and why you need to have it. Or just talking. Like, I just love coming on. So I find, like, with a static post, as I think it's important to have, you need to build your shop. When I'm watching any of your shows, I'm going into your shop when you guys are running an auction on some items that I'm not interested in. I'm
Hmm.
going behind the scenes, I'm going to buy now, and I'm shopping from behind the scenes. So static is very important. I started off on Poshmark doing exactly that, static posts. The moment that they went into a live selling platform, I jumped on the bandwagon right away. It was up my alley. I loved it. Um, and that carried me through a very, very bad time, obviously COVID and everything, that we all went through. And we had to, like, think, nothing was secure. My job wasn't secure. We didn't know what was going on, right? So the reality is that when you get involved in something like this can continue through the good and the bad times on your own schedule. You're short, you need to make some more money for something, you come on here and you do a show and you make that money.
Yep.
And so, like, this was my mentality at the time when I started in 2018, was, let me plan for a bad day, because you never know when you're going to have a bad day. I'm not married. I don't have children. I have two dogs that I take care of. And I literally needed to, I don't have anybody to fall back on per se. And I'm not saying that people have people to fall back on, but I needed to secure my financial freedom. So this
Yep.
is why I started in it. And to take care of my babies, of course, my little fur babies.
Fur babies aren't
um,
cheap.
no, they're not cheap at all. They're not cheap. Insurance, this, that. Oh my God, it's so expensive. Um, so that led me. And then when I saw what was limiting for me on that platform was not being able to sell to anybody outside of Canada. It was just like a Canada to Canada thing.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing the growth of the what's being done in the US, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is wrong here? Like, this doesn't make any sense. We have great sellers in Canada. Like, why are we not expanding out? So then I stumbled on Whatnot, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I stumbled on your show first, of course, Kim. I think, like a lot of other people do, come to you, they see you, they follow you, and they learn about, the Whatnot journey and what that's about, what it could look like. And yeah, Whatnot to me gave me exposure to people from Australia, people in the UK, people in, all in the US, and everybody can buy from each other. And all of a sudden our world just went like this to
Yeah.
this. And if we don't think about that in a way that makes sense here, guys, like, that's huge. We're one swipe away from doing business with someone in Australia, from meeting somebody. Like, it's unheard of. And if we wrap our head around that, like, we need to just keep growing this.
Yeah.
I've sold books to Ireland on Whatnot. I've sold books and I've sold dolls to
It's
the
amazing.
Netherlands. Um, I haven't sold into Australia yet, so but I mean, and I can't remember where else. Germany, I sent something to Germany. Can't remember what it was.
It's
So
amazing.
because one thing that people don't know is there's limits on the countries where you can sell from, but there are very few limits on where you can buy from. As long as your country, as long as the seller's um, postal service can ship to that that country, and
Mhm.
Canada Post ships to almost every country in the world. There are very few
Exactly.
restrictions. You can ship to that country. So
Yeah.
so you can buy from that country. I mean, so it's there are so many international buyers that we haven't even tapped into yet.
Yeah, it's
Um,
impressive. It's so impressive. It can only get better, and we just need to keep. We need to keep. That you sell regularly to two different buyers in Malaysia. Wow, that's
how cool is that?
amazing.
Yeah.
That is freaking amazing. That's so cool. I love that. And I just want to say, like, with with Poshmark, I met some amazing people. Okay, and I want to say that
Mhm.
I met Mrs. Deb Mack. I met
Yep.
Ashley Cakes Too Nice to Slice. I met Talar Mama Casa. I met Melanie was on there. Kyle. I met a lot of people, and the moment I got into Whatnot, it was like I sent messages to Ashley and Deb, and I'm like, guys, you got to come over here. You got to like just come over here. And I was like telling everybody on my Instagram, I'm like, guys, come over here because Whatnot is amazing, and I stand by that. I Yeah, I had an experience the other day. I bought something on the other platform, and honestly, it arrived to me smelling like a cigarette ashtray. Tried to do
Oh,
something about it, didn't get anywhere. Customer service said too bad, and that was the last time I purchased on Poshmark. And so, like, I'm here right now just to say that the customer service is amazing here.
yeah. If you had an issue like that with Whatnot, Whatnot has a buyer protection program that is like out of this
Yeah,
world, and they will literally be like, okay, if they didn't say that it was from a that it smelled smoky, then like then you get an option to return it and refunds,
yeah,
and they're trying to build an experience for buyers that is out of this world. And if that means that they're going to lose some money every once in a while, Whatnot is willing to take that risk in order to build that
sure.
kind of reputation. They
I
want to build
literally
the
told them,
reputation.
Kim, I told customer service on the other platform, I'm like, you have a lot to learn off of Whatnot.
Yeah.
I
I
said
mean,
they really set the bar. And honestly, like Whatnot sorry, Poshmark had featured me on Canadian Business Week, and I was very loyal. And I think they're still a great platform. Don't get me wrong. But if I've got to do business somewhere or buy, and I buy a lot,
yeah,
I want to make sure that the platform I'm buying from has my back. Customer
yeah.
service is like so, so, so important. And that's where I'm gonna support the most is gonna be Whatnot because they support me the most.
And the Metal Fat says, I've actually had a bad experience with someone on Whatnot recently and haven't received any customer support. Send me a
Oh,
message, Metal Fat, and I'll try to figure out. Sometimes I find, and this is reality, is sometimes I find that the customer support staff are reading really quickly because they've got a lot of messages to go through. And so they sometimes misinterpret because they're reading as fast as they can. So sometimes they misinterpret things, and you have to just rewrite it in a way that they're going to understand. Um,
yeah. I've
so
also
I
noticed there's
mean,
a lot of ways to message in. Okay.
yeah,
And then sometimes if you choose like the wrong category, sometimes I've learned that okay, maybe if I go through a different way, I'm gonna get a different answer and or the right answer, or they're gonna reply to me and like directly for what I've noticed
yeah.
that has happened before, and now I know exactly how to do it, and I get answered right away.
Yeah, it's
You
all
can't
but
see, you
Metalfest
can't
has said
even
I can't even.
contact them.
Yeah, so that means so the buyer isn't getting back, the seller isn't getting back to you. So my recommendation is
Um,
so what you do is you go to your activity, you go to orders, click on that order, and it's going to bring up a new window, and then you click on get help with this order. And that will take you to Whatnot, not them. It'll take you to Whatnot. And then you can put in your message, this is my concern, and the seller won't get back to me, but it doesn't allow you.
that's
Okay,
too
then I would
bad.
message then I would just do
That's too bad.
a fresh go to your profile, scroll down to go to sorry, on the main screen of your phone, there's your little symbol in the bottom right corner. Click on that, and then you're going to scroll down to the contact us, and then you're going to start a new conversation, and just make sure you've got the order number for it, and say, I tried to contact the seller refused to answer me, and I can't seem to get away, and just do it that way out. So you're doing it outside of that, and when it says, when it tries to answer you, the robot's going to try and answer you, just say create a ticket. You can
Yeah.
say please if you want. Loki, no, come here. Where's
They
the
will help you for sure. That's the one thing I can say. They're very good.
Yeah, so I find, don't leave it too long. If you receive an item, and there's something wrong with it, don't like contact the seller and wait, and wait and wait and wait. Contact Whatnot support, like what tech, if
Hi,
unless
Danny.
contact Whatnot support directly, because the sellers who don't have their own, aren't in the customer service program yet, there is no way for them to do anything. So and sellers, if you say I don't know what the customer service program is, well then you're not in it. So that's one. Canadians aren't in it, so that's a simple thing. It's a US thing right now. So Whatnot takes care of your customer support. So if a buyer comes to you and says, I've got an issue, with one of my items, ask them to, like, say, I'm so sorry that you're having an issue. Can you please contact Whatnot support and tell them to go to their orders, and get it done that way. Because you can't refund them yourself. Don't give coupons. Let Whatnot customer support take care of that. That is part of the 8% you pay them. Part of that is that they deal with your buyers if there's any issues, and they will make the decision, and that's up to them what they decide to do. And now you can also contact Whatnot support yourself if you feel like the buyer isn't, um, is using a petty excuse, or is probably just, feeling, buyer's remorse afterwards, and they're coming up with an excuse that doesn't seem real, or they're saying something's broken but they won't show you any pictures. Let Whatnot support take care of it. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
um so when you first came on Whatnot, what type of items were you in, like multiple categories when you first started on Whatnot, and how long ago was that?
Sure. So I actually started with Whatnot in October of 2025. So very recent.
But
I
you're already 1.7K.
yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you
With
so
a full
much.
time with a full-time job.
With a full-time job and full-time dogs
Yes.
that keep me occupied. Yeah, I started off, I think my first show was clothing. Yes, it was. And I think Shauna was on my first show. And I think I did an overnight show. I think I started my show like late at night, and it went till 4:30 in the morning, and I had to be at work at 8:30 in the morning. And yeah,
No.
that was crazy. I don't know, it was just insane. And we had a lot of fun on that show. At that point, I don't even remember. Were you on it too? I don't remember if you were on it, Lena, but I know there was a bunch of us. I remember Shauna being on it. Clothing. So my, like I was saying before, I started off selling a lot of clothing. So I started with clothing. This has always been clothing from my closet. I love, so the one thing, let me just say about clothing, why I love selling clothing. First of all, I love buying clothes for myself. So it's a cycle. I can wear one season of clothing that's new, and then I could sell it.
Mm.
And then I could buy a whole new wardrobe for the next season. And then I could wear it, and then I could sell it. And it's like I'm recycling here, right? Like I'm finding new use for it. And I could always have wonderfully new things. Everyone always says, "Oh, Jen, you have like, oh my God, how much clothes do you have?" Yes, I have a lot of outfits, but I pair like a beautiful piece of jewelry with like something I thrifted on Whatnot or whatever. My whole outfit today, guys, like I can show you my whole outfit today, including like top pant, maybe this, I don't remember. Everything that you see here was purchased on Whatnot or other online platforms. So this is like for me what I love. I love getting a good deal. I love giving someone a great deal. And I like looking good. I'm I do. I think, it's nice at work I have to dress up, but at night I love to be super casual. You guys will see me in my show with my hair up and like in my joggers and whatever the case may be. I love like having a variety of looks. And like that being said, that's what Whatnot does for us, right? We can try something with a very low risk that maybe
Yep.
might not have wanted to buy in a store at a high ticket price to try. But we can try it here. And worst case scenario, it doesn't fit or it just doesn't look good on you. Well, then you just go online next week and you sell it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
you know,
And I love
um,
Capcity 613 says it's a shopping addict's cheat code.
yeah, it
It's
is.
true.
It
It's
is. It
so
is.
very
It is.
true.
Yeah, it totally is. I think I bought one of my first people I bought from was East Ender resale Sandra. I bought from Sandra. I bought from Rebecca sorry, was it Rebecca? Oh my gosh, I always forget the name. But yeah, like I bought quite a few. Yeah, Sandra, it was you for sure. For sure. I bought from you first. And yeah, I just really love this. I love the idea of it. I love like shopping, and then, it doesn't work for me. Then, so I started off in that way, clothing, my forte. Then I had a brilliant idea. I was also doing some home decor items. I always loved mixing it up, especially around the holidays. I'll bring in like things that I could sell to people to give as gifts to other people. Um, that's always been a thing. But I also have a passion for vintage decor. Okay. That has been in my family for like many years. Like if you go to my mother's house, it's all antiques from Spain and Italy. We have a lot of Florentine pieces, and I had a lot of it in storage. And I decided the great idea was let me take it out. Oh, I have a lot of stuff from the UK too, everywhere. And I decided let me take it out of my storage, bring it up to my like 1 bedroom apartment, and let's start selling and listing and this and that. That became very overwhelming fast,
Hmm.
very
Yes.
fast because of the space, and because you need to have packing supplies, and you need to have, especially with breakables, you need the bubble wrap and boxes and this and that and all of that. So it's kind of been a bit overwhelming for me recently. So
Hmm.
what I've been doing to kind of combat that is taking pictures, and I will be making static posts, like putting it in my shop. And
Yep.
then Lisa from Prairie Nights gave me a great idea. And I think she said that her sister does this, but takes photos of like the items, then packages it in a box. She prints out basically the picture of that item and sticks it on the box, and then she stores it away.
Yeah.
And then if someone buys it, all she does is take out that box and ships it. I'm going to try that because I think it's a really good system. And yeah, I'm just really going to go that route. Um, the
Yeah.
one
It's
thing that
very
I
smart.
will, yeah, the
It's
one
very
thing that
smart.
I will say about the pieces that I have and that I've seen others have, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to maybe upset some people, but
Right.
I think we're selling a lot of our vintage items too low.
Mm.
Okay. I think that what's become, and I'm going to see this from like just, I'm going to say this based on my experience with other platforms. Okay. we're known on Whatnot for selling vintage for cheap. I know that if I want to make money, I got to list it outside of Whatnot. I don't want that to be the case. And I think we need to kind of change that a little bit. Um, because we have beautiful items here, way better than items that I've seen on other platforms in terms of our vintage decor. And like I buy a lot on here for really good prices, but we need to raise our prices on our vintage decor before it gets to become a situation where this is all we're known for: cheap, 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 cheap. These pieces that we have, guys, are great pieces. They're good quality items, and in the vintage space we undersell. Even, yeah, you're 100% right, Beck.
Yep.
Even in the vintage jewelry, I'm watching some shows in the US of like pieces like vintage jewelry, like a Vendome piece, for example, and it'll go for like $80, and then we're selling it here, and I'm guilty of it as well. We're selling it for $5 start, and we don't have enough of those auctions to get it to that point where it's like, $80 it's going to sell for. So we're essentially, then when they take 8% from it, what are we doing?
Yep.
I just want us to throw it out. I'm just throwing it out there that
No,
we need to sort
and
of,
I'm guilty of that because I do unboxing, so I don't pre-list or anything for most of my
yeah,
shows. So, but I mean,
yeah,
yesterday I did the egg game show, and yes, I did have like super deals
yeah,
because I was doing the egg game. So something went at a $2 start, and or it became a giveaway. I did what was it, $75 item went for a giveaway because that's
yeah,
the egg game. Um,
yeah.
but
Like clothing,
I
I
think
don't mind. But clothing, I don't mind in the sense of like it's stuff that I want to turn over. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. But collectible pieces, like that is to me like we're not doing ourselves any justice for going solo. Is just what I'm just saying, right? Cap City, it's a good platform to liquidate inventory on here. Companies are coming here for quick sales to move, and reseller content creators push that.
yeah.
Jen,
So I
can you
think there
share
has to
how
be a
you package your
balance.
clothing? Mm.
It
Yeah, there
definitely
has to
there
be
has
a
to be a
balance for
balance.
sure.
So
Yes.
so it's like, because we also want, so I think we need to have the curated vintage shows where people know
Yes.
this stuff is the top quality, best of the vintage decor, and you're gonna pay that money. And I think Vintiquity, if you watch a Vintiquity show, she has an antique store. She does not need to discount her items.
Right.
She's giving fair prices. I would call them fair prices, not cheap
Yeah.
prices. She's giving fair prices on her items, and she sells. They sell.
Yes.
So it's not impossible to ask fair prices for your items. They will
Fair
sell.
is
There's
fair.
also there's also a
I'm
confidence
okay with that.
factor. One of the things that I've talked about is building buyer confidence helps to increase your prices, because the more confident they are in you. So if your setup looks like an antique store, then your buyers are going to feel more comfortable with you than if you're in your basement and it's just a big gigantic mess behind you, right? And
Yeah.
educate your yeah, and Beck says educate your buyers.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And Leah, you're 100% right. Like I'm all about that. I start low. Like you guys know that I do start low. I'm guilty of my clothing starts low. Okay, there's no doubt about it. But I know that I've already developed a clientele that trusts that what I'm sending them in terms of clothing is like good quality pieces, and I know that they're going to bid up for it. Like, and if they don't, I'm okay with that as well. But I've made the decision that I'm okay to let go of that that piece of clothing. I've had my life with it. I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to move it on to someone else so I can bring something new in, etc., etc. For me, it's just simply the vintage decor stuff where and I love buying, so keep doing it. If you want to do it, I'll buy it. But don't get me wrong. But I think that we just need to kind of. I think we're going a little too low on our vintage decor stuff, that's just I'm being honest about that.
And I think that metal fat, send me a message later and I'll try to help out. I think that it becomes a race to the bottom if we all start going to like $2, $3, $4 starts. I think we have to find a middle ground.
Or go faster, or go faster. So like this
Yeah.
is the thing. Like I've seen shows, you guys know that I've bought from your shows a lot. So I'm gonna give you guys my feedback, okay? On as a buyer, okay? So if you're pricing things low, okay, like you're starting your items for $2, $3, I think you need to go faster,
Mm.
okay, through your show. You need to kind of think about how much you're turning around in an hour, or how much you're turning around in 10 minutes. Because if you're going to show a piece for $2 and talk about it for 5 minutes, how is that benefiting you at all? Okay. If you're showing that $2 and then $2 and $2 and $2 and two, you know what I mean? And you're doing fast runs, maybe like 10 seconds, instead of a 30-second, then, you're picking up the pace, you're going faster, and you've made more money in that hour because you're going faster. Then it's okay and justifiable if you're starting that item for a low price. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's different to me. Okay. But if you're going to sit there like 30 seconds, I'm listening to an item and it's like $3. How much are you making if you think of adding up all those 30 seconds? Like when I do my shows, especially on when we do a raid train, and I've been on many of your raid trains, if you notice, I know I only have an hour with you guys. So my raid trains are very fast paced. I know you guys have seen how fast paced my raid trains are when I do it for an hour. And that's just me knowing I'm going to go lower in price. I'm going to honor a low price for raid train, but now I got to move it and I got to move inventory fast. So like I'm doing 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and you do it, you get it, great. You win something fantastic. But my time is valuable. It's okay to say that, but my time is like valuable. And I need to make sure that it's justifiable to go that low in the price. So volume-based sales is great as long as it's volume and it's fast-paced.
Yeah. And fast paced does actually, from a buyer psychology standpoint, the fast paced shows do get bid up because there's that fear of missing out. Because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, this thing, oh, you missed it. All right, let's keep going. Next, and you don't want to miss out on the next thing. So you're gonna bid. The only caution I would have about using I like to do 10-second auctions. That's just
Me too.
me.
10 seconds is my sweet spot.
Below 10 seconds, the challenge is that there is a lag between what Android sees and what Apple sees. iPhones see it first. Android sees it about 2 or 3. It's like about a second and a half delay,
Yeah.
almost 2-second delay. Because I have both phones, so I will sometimes, when I raid into somebody and I've got both phones going, then both phones are talking at the same time, and
Yeah.
I can actually hear the lag. And so
I do I do a three I do a if I do a 5 seconds, okay, it's usually like at the last like 2 minutes of a show, but I talk about the item first. So I'll be like, okay, guys, next I'm gonna show this piece, and this piece is blah 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 blah. Guys, I'm gonna run it for 5 seconds. And then I press the button. So there's like I talk about it first. I won't talk about it and run 5 seconds. It won't even finish in that way.
yeah.
But I wanted to just say somebody had said about Beck wrote, how many Canadians getting in their raid trains? No Aussies have done any, and I feel we are behind. I'm pushing for it. Why can't we do an Aussie Canadian raid train
I
where
know
we like
Vintiquity was talking about doing something. But like um definitely back, so what was it? I started in 2023, March 2023, so it's been 3 years now. I was in a bunch of raid trains and I had a lot of fun with them. But then I was like, I wanted a raid train that was about that was about thriftmas, giving items that were thrifted as gifts instead of going out and buying something new. And so I wanted to do a raid train that was about that, and I called it Thriftmas. And I did a Thriftmas show on August 25th of that year, and I thought this should be a raid train. And so I created a raid train. I just created a raid train. I made it a raid train that had, the first one had 7 different lines, train lines running at once. So I had a
Wow.
full day with 7, like, because back then there were not a lot of raid trains. So back, you could have in each major category, you could do like a raid train on the same day, where there are different lines going with different. So I had estate sales, vintage decor, clothing, jewelry, toys. There was like, storage had their own train. I think I had 2 estate sales and 2 vintage decors, all running at the same time. Is it chaotic as F to try and run that? Yes. In the
Yeah.
October train of that year, and I was like, I was really a brand new seller. The October train of that year, I was using it. This was with the US sellers mainly. Canadians weren't really on board with coming onto raid trains. It was hard to get Canadians to sign up for the raid trains, which was a real missed opportunity for them.
Yeah.
But I just kept going, and I got known in the States by all these folks because I would just ask anybody. If I liked them, I would ask them to be on the raid train. And if they said no, okay, whatever. No skin off my back. I had 9 lines running in the October one. We went down to 4 in the November one. December, we did December 26th. So Boxing Day, we were down to 3 lines. January, I did 2 lines, and I said no more multi lines because it was so intense. But I just was like, I want to do a raid train, and I created what I created. All you need to do is have the idea, the date, the times, and ideally another person to help you. And then use Sign Up Genius or Calendly, are the ones that most people use, and just send out invitations. Come join this. Yeah, be the community champion. Don't you know
Why
what?
not?
So if someone's
Go for it.
if someone's gonna throw shade on you for trying to help other people, F them. Like,
Listen,
seriously.
I only will say
I
this. Let's
actually
just
never
make
would be on my
sure.
own raid train. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Go
no, no,
ahead.
no. What I was gonna say back, go for it, right? The only thing I will say, let's make sure that the information that we're giving out is correct information, right? Because I mean, there's so many people that are doing these community chats now, and I've gone through them, and sometimes it's good, right information, sometimes it's not right information. Like, I know, Kim, if you're saying something, yours is, you're the authority on that, right? Like, it makes sense to me. So I'm gonna, like, I just throwing it out there because there's a lot of not so right information circulating, and you really need to have a lot of experience to say that you're going to be,
Yeah.
the authority
Help.whatnot.com
on.
is your Thrifting with ADHD says toilet reading, help.whatnot.com. I've noticed that the Canadian Facebook chat has gotten really really busy. Not as busy as the US Facebook groups, but it
Sure.
started to get busy, and the questions, I'm like,
Yeah, it's a lot.
oh,
It's a lot. It's a lot. I can
can
imagine.
you not, like, I feel like I just want to say, just come into one of my shows, for crying out loud, and ask the
Yeah.
question there, and then I can answer it, because I don't want to spend an hour writing all this out, because they'll be like putting on Facebook, can you tell me how I should do my shows, and what kind of thing, like, you're asking all these like basic questions that you need to do your own research first,
Yeah.
and then come
Sure.
into community shows
Agreed.
and learn from other sellers. And I think the thing about, yes, there are a lot of community shows. I mean, we don't have, I mean, I'm myself, I've been
No, but I've seen a lot, even in the US. I'm not
there's a
talking
lot of
just
US
Canadian.
misinformation.
Okay. That's right.
That's the worst. There are sellers who are, so there's a seller who's a big seller, but who has been suspended multiple times, who gives wrong information, significantly wrong information, especially about shipping, and calls it
Yeah.
shipping hacks and tricks, and sells a program where you pay a lot of
I
money
saw,
to
I
be
know
taught that you
exactly.
should do $1 starts, and this person has been suspended multiple times by Whatnot.
I know
So
exactly who you're
before
referring
you
to.
spend a cent on any program where someone says, I'm going to
That's
teach you how
crazy.
to do Whatnot for money,
That's
I want
crazy.
you to Google them. Google their name and see what, you can just Google. You can Google.
Yeah,
Use
yeah, it's
Google
easy to
and
find,
type
guys.
in,
It's easy to find. It's
yeah, it's
crazy
very,
how people are profiting off
don't, do not spend
of
a
these
cent,
things.
and go, and you will find Reddit posts, long ranting Reddit posts about these sellers who are now trying
Yeah.
to teach you. And I'm sorry, yes, I understand that, that haters are going to hate, and that if you start to get big, sometimes people are going to purposely hate on you just because you're successful and they want to bring
That's
you
so
down,
stupid, though.
which is such an
Ridiculous.
American thing. I'm sorry, it's because I that doesn't happen up here. But the reality is that if if enough people are saying things about you, it's not because you're big. It's not because you're big. So all you have to do is just read multiple. If one person says something about someone, that's one thing. But if multiple people say the same thing about somebody online, that's when I go, there's a little bit more to this.
Yeah, of course.
And
Of course. There always is.
I need to have at least have some caution about where I'm spending my money. I wouldn't spend my money on learning how to Whatnot, even 3 years ago, because I went into community chat shows where people were sharing this information for free.
You can get this
Jean,
information for free, guys. Like,
yeah,
this is
Jean
the
Marie
thing. Like, never
Vintage.
pay.
I went to
Never
Jean
pay.
Marie Vintage, Foul Mouth Flipper, What Liz Likes. I went into,
Sassy.
um, Sassy, just
You're
put
so
in,
funny, Sassy.
you
Sassy
can
wants
message
to
us
know
later
who
and
it
we'll send
is.
it. We'll send it. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I think the important thing is if you would like to do a community chat show, I think it would be great for us to have more community chat shows. Then,
Let's just make the community chat shows, and don't get me wrong, you're doing a great job. I'm not saying that. I just want to make sure that people are talking, like, I want it to be positive. Okay, I want it to be positive, and I say that because there's a lot of people that I've had message me, and they're terrified to come into this space because they've watched something where it's been a very negative, fearful type dialogue. And so when that happens, people are like, I don't know, I'm afraid it's going to be too complicated, I don't want to break, like, screw something up, or whatever the case may be, right?
yeah,
So let's just make sure that it's more, if we're going to do community chats and whatever the case may be, let's just make sure that it's showing people how easy it is to be
yes,
on this
absolutely.
platform.
And
Okay,
if
so
you're newer,
important.
and you don't, you're not reading, like Leah and I are sitting on the toilet reading help.whatnot.com, um, because yeah, we both do that. Like I'll be reading it to see if there's anything new, or someone asked a question. I will check first to double check to make sure that what
Yeah,
I think I know is right. Right. So
yeah,
yeah, be a Whatnot nerd. If that's not your thing and you're not a Whatnot nerd, but you want to help other people, then do these kind of uh do community chat shows where you just share your experiences, and your advice to each other, and if there are questions related to, um, technical things related to Whatnot, then just guide them to help.whatnot.com and
hmm,
seller academy at whatnot.com, and just encourage that. And you know what I used to do when I first started doing chat shows is someone would ask a question, I would immediately go, I don't know, let's double check it on help.whatnot.com, and we would look it up. um I think it may be
yeah.
podcast. Oh, I have podcast muted. Sorry, Jude. That's because somebody else used to come on and advertise their podcast every 5 seconds. So I muted that.
Oh,
um so really and truly, if you want, I think it's important that we have more community chats, and Beck, that might be something to start with in if you're not already doing it in Australia, is start doing
Yeah.
some community shows where you just interview each other, um, and talk about your experiences and advice to other sellers. So that would be my recommendation. I When I started doing community chats, I was about um a year in, and that was just because there was a void, and so I decided to fill it because there was a
Yeah,
void at
but
the time. And then I
you
just
also have the support of Whatnot behind you, right? Like Whatnot does support you through this.
that's so Whatnot doesn't support me like
No, I'm
this.
not saying financially.
But
I mean, they know though. They bring things to to you to
talk about. Yeah. So
talk
I'm
about.
part
Yeah.
of a program. I'm the only Canadian. Well, I'm the only Canadian that has been doing chat shows for a long time. So they started this program over a year. Oh God, how many years has it been now? I feel like it's been forever. Um, in 2024, they started a program called it's the community seller hosts program, and they had a few people that had been selected who were doing community chat shows in the US who were giving good information. And
Yeah.
then they asked that first group to recommend other people to join the community host program, and I was nominated by a few people.
Yeah.
So thank you, Melody. Okay. um, and so that's how I got on that program. And there are benefits for me,
Yeah.
and in that
But
I
that
get some
makes sense,
swag.
Kim. But
I
that
get some,
makes sense, Kim.
I get some swag.
You're
That's
part of. But that's my point, though. You're part of uh, a program that is enabling you to do this, right? So they
well,
trust that information you're providing is the right information that you're putting out there.
they don't
And
police me. They don't police me because and I've said I don't want like a little logo, like I don't want I don't want any sort of thing that says that I'm a community host, whatever. I don't want that because I want to be able to say what I want to
oh,
say. I'm not a
yeah,
Whatnot cheerleader. I'm a Whatnot supporter. Um,
okay,
and so that, like, I think that's really important. And they've told us that. Tom said, we don't want cheerleaders. We want people who are going to give us honest feedback. And
great,
so part of what I do as a volunteer is if you come to me, if the community in Canada and US sellers and international sellers come to me and they say, this is a pain point on the app, or this is what we really like to see, then I get a chance to feed that back directly to a Whatnot staff.
yeah.
And
But you're
that's a
doing it
benefit
the right
to the
way.
community.
That's my
Yeah.
point. But you're doing it the right way. Not everybody on Whatnot as a whole, as doing offering community chats in the US or here or wherever in the world, is giving out the right information. So that's just what I want to say to that, right? Like eh, it's
Yeah.
good to have that just you know what, when in doubt, obviously go to Whatnot first. If you have questions, like she said, if she doesn't want to be bombarded by 1,000 questions that you could have found the answers to on Whatnot help. But like it's great to have you here to be able to like, support new people coming in, right? But
Yeah.
it
And I
is
think
good information. That's for nobody can dispute that. You've helped a lot of people, Kim. I just want to make sure that anybody else that's going to start doing it is coming from a place where it doesn't get perceived that they're being backed by Whatnot. And it's more of, let me tell you about my experience. Like if I were to start a community chat, my chat would be, let me tell you about my experience, what I'm doing, let's talk tips and tricks, this kind of thing. But it wouldn't be, I'm not backed by Whatnot. So it would just be my opinions on it.
yeah. And I'm
That's
not
all I'm saying.
backed by Whatnot. I'm just part of one of their programs.
Right.
So
Well, that's good
Whatnot
enough.
doesn't
That's
Whatnot
good enough.
Whatnot doesn't tell. The only thing they ask is that once a month we do a topic show, and I
Sure.
do topic shows every Saturday anyways, so it's easy for me to
Makes sense.
slide that in and just be like, okay, so I'm talking about this one. And it's usually, I mean, it's the high level things that are constantly being asked of customer
Yeah.
support that they want, or new sellers need to know. So
Yeah.
all
Which
right,
is great.
we're going to be going into
Okay.
Melody. So I'm going to ask my final question. We've had so much fun. I wish we could
I'm
go on for
sorry.
another few hours, but you are also at work. I want to thank you for your time.
because
Thank
you're
you.
volunteering your time, and I really appreciate that. Oh, Melody needs another minute. Perfect, Melody, because I need another minute too. Um, so, so Jen,
Yeah.
tell us, tell.
So you guys aren't seeing what we're seeing because we're getting
Oh,
these messages.
um, thank you,
Thank you, Jude.
Melody.
Jude, you're
Um,
awesome, by the way. Jude, Angie, all of you guys here are so amazing.
there
I've
are
made
so
some
many
amazing
stars on here.
friends here, honestly.
Um,
And Vintage, you're amazing. I love
I
Vintage.
love everybody here. There are so many awesome. I just love all of you guys. Okay,
Yeah.
so if for the person who's watching today or is
Mm,
watching the playback later on Facebook or Twitch or
thank you.
YouTube, what would be your piece of advice to someone who's like, I really want to go on Whatnot, but I'm hesitant to. I'm worried I'm not going to do well. What would you say to them?
I would say don't do it alone. If you want to try your first show in this kind of a way, meaning maybe you want to do a co-host. If anybody ever wants to try something and you want me to come in as your co-host and just like cheerlead you through your show, I'm happy to do that, guys. Just do it. It's true. Jude, Jude, you even said when you first started, you were like doing cosmetics, right? And you didn't want to like go on camera. You were nervous about that first experience. When you look at you now, Jude, you're amazing. People are like, people message me. Masha messages me. When are you, Jude, on next? I was like, want to go on Jude's show. Just do it. Don't
Yeah,
hesitate and just like honestly, just do it. You know.
yeah,
Can I just say one thing before we have to go out? Guys,
yes.
please follow me on please make sure you're following. Send me a message. I'm gonna do something special for you guys now. Send me a message after the show, okay? Please message and say FriYAY Kim. FriYAY Kim in the message. Anybody that does that and sends me a message today with the word FriYAY Kim, okay, is gonna get a discount code from me to be used in my
Ooh,
show on Bamboletta 77 or on Bambad 77. Okay, you can use
sweet.
this discount code. You have to make sure you're following Kim, make sure you're following me, make sure you're following Mel, and send me a message that says FriYAY. I'll spell it in here so you guys have it. I want to see this FriYAY Kim. All right, there we go. It's now in here. Message that, and you're going to get a discount code. I'm not doing a show today, but I will be doing shows on the weekend, and you could use it for that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let me just check that whether Mel's on yet. If she's finished doing what she needed to do. Um,
And I
let's see.
appreciate you guys coming in and spending an hour of listening to me.
And while I'm doing this, can do you get nervous before you go live?
um, Not really. Not really. Not anymore. I think I do remember the first show I ever did on a different platform. And it was very nerve wracking because I didn't know. Obviously, I've purchased, but there's nobody talking to you. Like you can't hear people. So you're basically essentially talking into, a
The
screen and
ether.
hopefully someone's liking what you're saying. So my advice is keep it interesting. Talk to people like you're talking to a friend. Don't overthink the process. Don't get caught up in your own. People are going to watch because they like you or they don't. And then they won't watch your next show. And that's okay. Somebody else will tell somebody else that they liked your show, your stuff, and then they'll follow you. And yeah, you were. Thank you so much, Marika. You were definitely on my first show. I remember that night. And yeah, of course, I was nervous coming on here today. How's that for you, Kim? I was nervous
Oh
today
dear.
coming on your show. I didn't know what questions you're going to ask me. I didn't know.
I was gonna
I
grill
tend to
you.
not, those of you guys that know me, I don't overthink things. So I kind of do my own, I run my own way. So I didn't know how the questions I was going to get asked. So I was nervous today. I guess we could say that.
Sorry, because I don't I really kind of I have some questions put aside but I just kind of roll with the conversation. So if I give, that's why I don't give a bunch of questions, because you're just going to feel like, wait, she didn't ask me these other ones. We didn't get to these ones. Oh no, what happened? Why didn't
No,
she want
just
to ask
like
me that?
knowing
So
like more my nerves are, I mean, I'm not like
I
nervous
can
in the
see you.
sense of talking in the public, but just nervous more so of like, it's not, I don't know what the questions are, right? So who knows?
Okay, I
Thank
have
you
one
so
more
much.
question before we go, because
Sure.
Melody is live. So I have one more question. So
Yeah.
because you're in marketing, and so therefore you must know something about it.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Hopefully you know something about marketing. What would be your recommendation for sellers on Whatnot? What kind of marketing do you think they should be doing
Perfect. Great
without
question.
giving
Yeah.
away trade secrets?
No, no, don't, doesn't matter. Like if I honestly, I love giving away any secrets. It's to me, it shouldn't be a secret. There's enough room for everybody. Let's share each other's methods and what works. That's actually the first thing I'm going to say. To answer your question, share with each other. Do not get greedy. Share your systems, communicate, help people. Okay. And that's like number one. Number two is make it for a full circle. Get on social media, promote your shows on your social media, put a story. So, not just put it in the grid, put it in the story. Okay. If you're talking Instagram as an example,
Yeah.
when you're posting something on Instagram as a story, make sure that you're linking the the show link, and put the thing as watch here now or watch now. So when people go and they see your story, even if they have no interest in, they didn't think they were going to watch a show, most people will definitely click because they're curious. So click, so make sure you're doing that. That's grid post, you're posting in the story. Tag Whatnot if you want. Nothing to lose. Maybe they'll repost. Tag your people that have been in your shows. Share that you're on social media. Nothing wrong with that. Make sure that your social media profile is very clear and that you're able to put links there. What I do is I put links in my Instagram that give you discount codes if you're a new seller or a new buyer on Whatnot. You can go in, and I always tell everybody, if you're new, click the link and then you're going to get your referral code. I add that in my bio, Jude. Yes, I do. And that's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
bring everything full circle. Okay. When you're in a show, doing a show like we're doing right now, there's nothing wrong with you having a listing there that just says a little bit about you. Okay. That people can follow, learn a little bit about you, talk about, that cycle. It's only going to like help if you can close that cycle. Promote, 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 tag your friends, let them know you're in, and create a community. But be authentic to this. People know when you're not authentic. I just will say,
100%.
keep it authentic.
Yeah. You can't be anybody but yourself, because they'll sniff out a fake
Oh
in a
yeah,
mile
a
away.
100%. And stand by what you, and I will say this, stand by what you offer people. I stand by everything that I sell. If you're not happy with it, I tell everybody, call me, message me first. Message me. Let's talk it out. I'm going to try to help you out one way or another.
I
You
love
can
that.
all, of course, customer service. You can go to customer service anytime. I might send you a package. It arrives broken. Nothing we can do. But guess what? You're covered under the warranty with Whatnot to be able to like go in and select problem with order and then damage during the delivery, and you could submit that, and guess what happens? You get a refund instantly.
Yeah. It's amazing. Their
So I
customer service
mean,
is amazing.
but just stand by what you offer. Make sure, like, you know what, like I was saying before, there's nothing worse for me than when I get an item and it's like like smelling like smoke, like to the point where I can't even like wear it or something like that. If you're a smoker or whatever the case may be, and to each their own, I will just say it's good to let people know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just because you don't want the problems after. It's not worth it. Just be
No.
transparent about everything, and stand by your products. And always know that, guys, like with me, if there's ever an issue, I'll always try to help you guys no matter what. Always.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Everyone, stick around. Please follow
No, I'm not ready.
Bamboletta77.
We're going to be
Does it?
raiding into Melody, and the conversation is going to continue with Melody. Thank you again for volunteering your time for this, Bamboletta. Jen,
Oh,
I
you're
really
welcome.
appreciate
Thank you.
you. You are
Thank you.
awesome. I love
Thank
you
you so
so
much. Thank
much.
you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you're part of this community. And all right,
Thank you.
let's go. We'll go raid Melody now. I don't even
Let's
have to
go
kick
and
you
see
out.
her. Let's go and see
All
her.
right, let's go, everybody. I love you guys, and
And
I'll
we'll
see
see you
you.
guys soon. We'll see you
I'm
in
gonna be
I'm gonna be in Melody's show now. So let's see what
sweet,
happens.
and
More questions.
I'm gonna do a show tonight. I'm gonna do a show this afternoon because
Oh,
there was some
perfect.
requests to continue the egg game, so we're gonna do more egg
Ooh,
game
I love
tonight.
games. I
So
love games. Games are a
this,
good thing to do. Let's
so
do
there'll be
these. Let's
another
keep doing
giveaway.
games.
We're probably gonna do another giveaway tonight of something, but I don't know what because
Ooh.
it's the eggs decide. So I'll be doing an egg game later on tonight, and then of course Saturday. I haven't picked the topic yet, so send me messages if you have an idea for a topic that I should discuss tomorrow on my show. All right. I love you. Thank you again so much. I love you all. Bye for now.
See
Let's
you
go
guys
see.
momentarily. See you guys.
Yes.